And hello, one and all. How are you all today? We've got George with us at the moment,
Greetings.
and nobody else. Bullet is in the chat saying 27th instead of first, I guess. I hope you enjoyed those first little two things. Well, the regular intro, people, and of course, the little clip it for an advertisement or blurb, whatever you want to call it. So half an hour, less than half an hour. Hey, Chad. 28 minutes and we go live. Actually, let's Miles is not actually here. I'm not sure what to talk about, what to do for the next half hour. I just wanted to make sure I was live definitely beforehand, and hopefully some people here before the 12 o'clock mark where I hit that review and launch button. It's a two-step process. Hit review, hit the review and launch a review, and then you launch, and it'll be a live.
We're not launching a cow. We are launching the Canadian Shield.
Yes. And George, of course, has got his the rotation thing for the Canadian Shield that he. Well, this is going to be the figurine that is available to purchase.
Isn't that sweet? Look at that.
George made this great figurine. He's also a great Canadian, not just down the road from me. Little, one could say he's in Toronto. I'm in Hamilton.
Well, more like up the street.
I don't know where Dillard is. I do believe I gave him a link. He's in one of the things. Pope Raven should be on here because Pope Raven too had a part in it, or is having a part in it. Pope Raven is doing the coloring to this Canadian Shield. After hopefully at some point, me and Pope Raven can do a meet up behind the scenes. Go out over just just even with Dillard, I went over stuff, a little bit more online, most of it, but some of it online, offline, and then. Yeah, you are coloring. What you thought? Why did you think I? Did you think I took you off or something, Pope Raven? Unless you don't want to do it, of course.
What's this? Who? Chad is asking. Who is George?
Yeah,
Why? It's me, George.
George did Joe King, something versus himself or whatever. World's greatest average hero.
Yes, that's right. You can look me up. GeorgePeterGatsis.com.
So make sure everybody is hitting that like button and sharing out. Sharing. Pope Raven says,
Was that jazz hands?
No, I have not burned the Archie comics, and I never will, Chad. Hail Archie! Archie comics forever. Okay. Yeah, let's put his.
Wait a minute. Does that mean you're like the Archie nemesis?
Pope Raven says, I guess I can join you one day. Yeah, we can get together in Google Hangouts, just you, me, behind the scenes and all that. Go over stuff. I won't tell anybody what your voice sounds like. Even me and George did stuff behind the scenes to get this masterpiece together?
Yes, we did. Yes, we did. And I'm just about to finish putting the little details in this, and
Yeah,
it's just there we go.
yeah. It's gonna be in pieces, but I will be making sure everything gets put together properly before it is sent out to the individuals. So there's a headpiece, a chest piece, well, a few chest pieces technically, since the the insignia is probably well. What's well,
This
yeah, they're asking what the figurine's made out of. Maybe you want to talk about the figurine there, George, for
sure.
people.
Figurines made out of PLA plastic. It's a very strong, long-lasting plastic. There's many types of plastics that we could have used, but PLA is the most rigid, hard to break plastic. And I'm just putting the finishing pieces. You can see these little white pieces that are attached to the head part. These are to secure the head when it gets inserted into the torso. And you can see
Yeah, and it's and that's so it won't come apart easily. You don't necessarily need to use glue, right? Or would you
well,
recommend
well,
it?
glue, yes, if you want to make it permanent, but the way it's designed now, the way I've put all the pegs together, uh, gravity will actually hold it together.
Uh-huh. Hey, Risey, I think you sent a link. Risey, do you have a link? Do you want to come in? And Mallet's asking, is that Blender that you're using?
No, it's Maya.
Maya? Okay, Mallet says the PLA polymers range from or morphosy glassy polymer to semi-crystalline and high crystalline polymer.
Oh
I
yeah.
have no idea what I just said.
Basically, transparent plastic and
Okay.
opaque plastic.
Oh, maybe not a good idea then if you've been drinking a lot, Risey.
Let's bring it together.
Although we are T minus 20 minutes away from launch. People. And this he made this over about a month. Put all this together.
I think it was a month, wasn't it? Yeah.
Says his Twitter is suspended. Is the PLA biodegradable?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
So this will biodegrade over time?
Well, it will biodegrade if you actually put it um, in a compost in in open environments in the woods. If you drop it in the woods, eventually over time it will biodegrade. But if you put it on your shelf, it won't.
Okay. Pope Raven. Well, I'd like coloring to be done by the end of the campaign, which will be in 60 days. Really, I've put it up for 30, but I will be extending it for another 30 more. And then as long as I've made my goal, we'll be going in demand. So if it takes you, a few days extra than the 60 to color, you've already got 4 or 5 pages colored, I believe. Mallet's asking how many triangles in the model.
Oh, I don't know. The calculation is not that great. I mean, if you look at it, all the pieces. As here, let me show you a piece here. This is the pelvis. This is the piece that makes it up.
Yeah.
And here's the belt.
The goal is $2,000, Risey, American. Pope Raven says he has done 2 more. Evan says, does it only biodegrade around trees?
No,
Would a shrub
it
work?
also biodegrades around the Wendigo, Sasquatch, Bigfoot, unicorns. And what is that Canadian goddess? Was it Nelvana?
Bullet saying it looks pretty cool. George, nice work.
Hey, it's all, you know, it's all because of Rick. I was just a very humble guy saying, "Hey, Rick, that's a great looking campaign. How about we add this little thing to it?" And he said, "Sure, let's do it."
John says, I heard something about a lunch day. I usually skip lunch. Not a lunch, a launch. Bullet says, Nelvana, the animation studio. Yeah, I think I got a Nelvana comic. Evan says, I've got potted plants. How far do I keep the figurine away from them? Oh, I'm sure you can probably sit it down next to the plant, just not inside the plant where the soil is.
Yeah. Give me a sec. I'm looking for something here.
Oh,
Give me a sec.
Mallet, I'm willing to do an animated series, just simply not the one that Model's been suggesting. Because Mallet said, George, tell Rick to do the animated series.
Hey, Rick, let's do the animated series. There you go.
Oh, yeah. Me and George do the animated series. Well, do some rigging on it, and you probably could. Well, it'd just be coming up with other figures, too. If this goes good, I would actually like to slowly get other figures done, too, especially if I can sell them off. Because, I've got lots and lots of characters.
You certainly do, Rick. How many characters do you have?
Probably over 400. But that's heroes, villains, supporting cast, angels, demons, my own version of the Transformers.
How long have you been working on it?
The Cross Comics universe been going for about 30 years approximately. Maybe a little longer. I'm 47. So I might have started a little earlier than that. So it might be over 30 years. I'll say 30 plus years.
Wow.
Is the figure available as a separate tier? No, but I'd say that it's available at a pretty decent tier. It's $300. That tier is going to be $300 American. And that includes both comic books. Yeah, I think just both comic books and, of course, shipping. Shipping's included and all that. There might be a sketch in there, too. 12 by 18 sketch. We'll be going over all that. And, of course, the figurine is also available with Deliver in Person tier as well. I figure you got to give them everything, right?
Does that mean you'll be getting on a boat, a car, a plane? What is it?
A bus or a plane, probably. Maybe a boat if I need to. And Mallet says I have 100 million things. And everybody, make sure you're hitting that like button and sharing this out. Do people think I should do a separate tier for just the thing in case somebody just wants the
I, th-
thanks? G loves all things. We're not quite launched yet. We got another 14 minutes approximately.
I think maybe you should have a separate tier, just for the figurine. But they get the figurine, and who knows? Maybe they get a little extra surprise in the package.
Yeah. Well, they're getting a lot in that package for the 300 too. So US. So I do think it's worth it. I'm not sure. I'd probably make it like 250 if I did it by itself. Because the whole thing is you put a bunch of stuff in, it's supposed to be the better deal. The more and more stuff you get, it's supposed to be a better and better deal. Rise is saying you could always work that out with people later if they wanted it. Yeah, true. There, Evan says, there's a tree near my mailbox. How long can it stay in my mailbox before it biodegrades? If I back figure. What happens if Evan still has his Christmas tree up with the tree attached to the figure?
Well, trees.
Well, unless it's there for a billion years, I don't think we need to worry.
Well, trees are evil. You know that, right? I mean, they're just hanging out, pretending to do nothing, and then in the middle of the night, they move. Do you think a force always stays in one spot? Okay, that's it. Model's done.
Cool.
Here's all the pieces for the character. The feet.
Mallet says, Evan, I would be worried about the harmonic effects. We the people want a crusader fighting for freedom, says Kyle. Pay for it. Who's talking? This is George. Peter Getsis. He is the one who did the figurine for my figurine tier. So, and Risey says, yes, I'm with George. I've never trusted those trees. So, yeah, you're seeing here all the stuff George has done for thing. Curious George, yes.
Boom, boom, boom.
George is another Canadian, just a bit down the road from me. He's in Toronto while I am in the Hamilton. We're about approximately an hour away from each other, driving.
Let's look at the cave.
10 minutes, people, 10 minutes. And we go live. I'm surprised nobody else is here. Well, in with us.
And here's the
D loves something. Are you going on shows like Mail-In, Red Days? I haven't got a lot signed up yet. Wednesday I'm going on Fanspeak. And let's see, hopefully today I might be able to get on Gary's. I've been trying to get on other people's. I might be on Edwin's at some point. I've been reaching out to people and waiting for responses. Hopefully, there will be a drawn and quarter Ultimate Edition doing the Canadian Shield as well. John's going through all the Georges that he knows. Famous or not famous. He says, I believe this is George Peter Gattis. It could be George Alex Popoulos. It could be George Michaels. It's George from Fanspeak. Yeah, I will be. Definitely, I'm gonna. After this stream is over, which I don't know when, I'm gonna try and go no longer than the 2 o'clock today. Depending on how many people come on, I want to see a lot of people here, hopefully buying. I don't like that sound. What sound? These are the Daves I know. These are the Daves I know. Post the links on Discord when you're on a different stream. Yeah, and I'm going to be going all over Facebook. I know that. I'll post a link in the thing of Raven. Of course, the link is going to get posted here right away as soon as I'm actually live. 7 minutes and counting, people. Hit the like button, share this out. Let's see whether we can get any more people here for this. I'll put the link out to a couple more people. Drop them from a couple groups. So, okay, let's see. Think there was. Who do we want to give them? Okay, I just sent it out to Matt Costin. Yeah, I've got 2 live chats up here. I don't know why. Okay. Let's change that. Hey, Matt.
Hey, how's it going?
Good, yourself?
Good, doing
We're at
good.
4 minutes before launch. I'm sorry I didn't give you the thing a little earlier.
Yeah, I just saw it. I just saw it and I thought I want to jump in.
Yeah. This is epic moment for me, anyways.
Cool.
Let's see.
How you doing?
Good, good, good.
Happy New
Can't
Year, by
wait
the
to
way.
be part it.
Happy New
Oh
Year.
yeah, Happy New Year. And I'm not sure whether you know George Peter Gattis. He did Joe King, the book Joe King.
Hi there. Hi there. I'm just
Hey, how's
muting
it going?
myself
Matt
for a moment.
and George. This is Matt Cosson. Yeah,
Hey, nice to meet
can't
you.
wait to be getting out there promoting on a bunch of different shows. Contacted people. I contacted Mike. He hasn't gotten back to me one way or another yet. Uh, so what have you been up to?
Um, I am working on the comic book with Narwhal and Tungsten modded. So
Uh-huh.
I'm working on those pages right now. Trying to get caught up. I fell behind during the holidays, so trying to get caught back up to speed here. Get back up to speed. So I'm just inking some
Uh,
pages.
Kodiak saying, "Holy crud, it's Matt Cosson." John Dillard saying, "Wait, the Matt Cosson?"
Hey, John. Hey, guys.
Whatever you do, don't play any commercials, says John. Your stream will die. uh, yeah. Well, you probably don't. You haven't done this. For the review and once you hit the review and launch, it's like a two-step process, right? Does it launch automatically when you hit that button, or do you got to review and then launch, or do you know at all, Matt?
I haven't launched mine yet, so I haven't even learned the the
Yeah.
yeah. I'm still figuring it out. I started a page, but I didn't launch it obviously, but I didn't even set it up yet. I just kind of started one.
Yeah. Well, I remember that. Well, I was just thinking you might have known from when you and James were doing one, but he was behind all that, so you
Yeah, he
probably
was
didn't see
moderating the
that
whole
part of
thing.
it.
Yeah, he was running it, and he was handling the whole thing. So yeah, I should have took some point. I do have people I know who are running them, so I should start trying to get myself educated on that. Get some info on it first. I mean, I have a little bit of info, but yeah, not how to actually, navigate it, navigate the
Yeah,
actual site.
navigating hasn't been too bad. It's just when I hit that button, is it going to be 2, 3, 4 step process? It's like
Yeah,
something.
yeah, I don't know, man. I'm looking forward to finding out.
Well, you'll find out here
Yeah.
in less than a minute. So I'm not going to be able to see the chat at the moment, anybody. I'm just watching the time so I can hit this review and launch when we hit 12 o'clock. So I can say, it's alive! It's alive! But it's not live yet. 12 o'clock. Okay, almost ready to go before you launch. Acquired information and basics and content. What do we want? Enter a few tags. Geez, there's nothing there that I'm interested in. Books, I guess. Okay, so this is gonna be a couple more minutes, people. I thought I had books, just comic books, right? Okay, save. They want a frequently asked question where I have no idea what to ask, say for a question. How long are you on this?
Rick, would you happen to know what Justin Trudeau's Twitter handle is?
No. Answer 60 days. Save and continue. Okay, so review and launch. Okay, so 2 fixed funding. Launch campaign. It's alive! Okay, I'm just sharing on Facebook, and then I'll grab the link and put it to everybody in the chat. Okay, here we go, people. It is live.
Newsflash: Justin Trudeau has me blocked.
I put July. D loves all things, but just to be on the safe side, hopefully it will be earlier than that. The Canadian Shield is alive. Let's see. Go back to stream, and we will share our screen. Application window. YouTube. Most everybody knows what. Up the. So we are live. Let's refresh. See whether anybody's gotten the purchase. Let's make this. Okay. Oh, showing stuff that I don't want to. Okay, what is everybody seeing? Okay. Sorry. What's going on? Okay, so.
Sorry. I'm checking out the page right now.
No problem. I'm just trying to get everything so everybody can see stuff. Ugh. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Let's see. My campaigns. Okay. Okay, so there. Application window. Hide. Here. I'm just trying to figure out how I want my screens at the moment. This is exciting. A good nerve-wracking though. Okay. Oh, and I'm highlighting one of John's comments. Let's.
It looks good. I'm checking it out on my mobile device. It's showing up good.
Okay. This is looking really. I see it on my.
Was that? Oh, you're changing up the configuration of the StreamYard setup, right?
Okay, everybody can hear me. Hopefully, let's see.
Rick, which one of these links goes to the Indiegogo account on YouTube?
Should be the. I've only put it in the chat. I haven't put the Indiegogo yet in there. got to do that in a second. I guess I should grab that now.
Yeah, feature it as the first link, and then push everything down
Yeah,
a
of
few
course. Because I didn't have it yet for the live version. You know what I mean? Let's see. Okay, so we'll put the link again into the chat. Yeah, promote. Okay, so there's the link again for anybody needing it. Okay, I gotta go over to YouTube, put that in the. I don't even know what to talk about at the moment.
How excited you are about the new launch? Just checking out.
I'll be right back.
Browser. Window capture browser. Evan, if I want to capture the browser for the Indiegogo, do I use window capture or browser? Sorry about all the flustering people. In OBS, that is, of course.
Yeah, I still have to. I have to update and get a new computer. My computer won't put on me, so I've been using mostly my mobile device. But this one right now, I'm using borrowing a computer. So the Canadian Shield. Like, when did you create that character? Like, how? Because I know when I first met you.
Probably like 30
think-
years ago. He's
Wow.
changed a little bit since then. YouTube Studios.
Yeah, the first time I met you, California, when you came for the convention, I saw that's the first time I saw the character.
Yeah, and you actually saw the little figurine I had back then too.
Yeah, the 3D print. 3D.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, man, you made a really long trek out to California too. I was surprised. I was like, whoa.
Okay,
And
so
there's
everybody.
dedication.
Yeah. Okay, so I'll put the link in the description later. Everybody here can obviously get it from the chat. So Rick doesn't have stories to tell about the Canadian Shield. Okay, so our featured one is, I'm calling it double dealing because you get both it's my cover and the variant cover, which is John's, for $40 US, which includes shipping. It should be out for, you should have it in your hands for July 2020. Hopefully before then, everything is almost complete. Just the coloring, and John's got to get a couple pages to me that John was going over my inks and all that, putting blacks in and all that. But other than that, and I've got to do the letter. And of course, we have the digital for $5. And if you guys aren't following Matt here on YouTube, go follow him too. He doesn't put out videos quite as often as I do, but. And then of course you got the that's just digital shield. Then of course you've got For the Love of Canada, which is just you get your choice of an unsigned, either my cover or John's, and a sign from Canada. In other words, you get mine or John's cover signed by me. Technically, it's signed by John. I got his signature there, so, but not quite the same. And that's $20. For $80, you get both covers plus a sketch on, I believe, 12 by 18 piece of paper. And a cross character of their choice, cross comics character of their choice. John says, Matt, we can hear you just fine. You don't have to type in the chat. A passion for art. You get both covers signed and an original page of art from the book for $125. Tell us the origins of his powers, of the origins and powers. Well, that's what the book's all about. Should I be giving the book away? And of course, we have the $300 one here. Both covers as signed and a figurine of the Canadian Shield, which all of you guys have been seeing earlier today. And of course, that's here's called the Canadian. The other one I did Passion for Art. The Warrior, and this is, you get both covers signed, a 12 by 18 sketch, original page art from the book, and the figurine of the Canadian Shield. So let's see whether we've moved any from zero. Rick says, Cross, I need to put money in the bank so I can get my copy of the Canadian Shield. Okay.
See, well, you can give a little bit of the original Canadian Shield. Like, he's Canadian, right?
Yeah.
Born in Canada.
So let's. Fire says, congratulations, work can't talk. Just wanted to wish you a strong campaign. Thank you. Well, we're not anywhere yet. Hopefully we get somebody spot going before this is the launch. Hopefully somebody does by the end of the stream, which I don't know when is. Okay, if I go over to StreamYard, it's just George has left.
Yeah, he said he was going to come back. He said he had to drop off for a minute.
Okay, if I switch over to school, yeah, it does switch.
George did some art for the book too.
No, he did the figurine here.
Oh, okay.
He created the 3D figurine that you can buy.
Oh, nice.
Actually, I'll do that on. It's easier to do that on. Yeah. Everybody can see the figurine.
Oh, even full rotate of that. Haha, nice. That looks nice. Yeah, I like that. Good job, George.
So, anyways, Canadian
Yeah.
Shield issue 1. This is not only the funding of one character, but a universe, the universe of the Crossverse, but a universe, the Crossverse, which is Cross Comics. Not my chat again. Not really. No. Rick, tell us about your journey to this point. Okay, Heaven has a question. People still at work and school on drug runs. Yes. Okay. I will do that after possibly asking Mallet Evan's question, depending on what his question is. What is your question, Evan? Who is Matt? Matt is a friend that I met a few years ago when I traveled all the way to California, Los Angeles, California, to attend. I think it was the 4th annual Christian Comic Con called Alpha Omega Con.
Yeah, Alpha Megacon.
And he was. I did at first. There wasn't at the table right beside him, but because I wanted some electricity for all the stuff that I had to, I didn't have a good setup, so I just showed pictures of a whole bunch of things. I was trying to sell it digitally at that point off my website.
Yep, and I bought one of your digital books.
Yeah, you were the first one to buy a digital version, which is now no longer available on my website. I made sure that was not available during the campaign. Plus, it's all new artwork, so.
Yeah.
So that makes it different too,
And I was there. My girlfriend had the table, but I was there and supported her, and also my brother was there. Mikey.
Yeah, Mikey. Chad tells us what makes Superman him different from Superman besides being Canadian. Superman's Canadian too, or half Canadian. He's created by a Canadian and American, although the Canadian was living in the States at the time. And probably lived in the States the rest of his life. But he was born, the one guy was born up, I think, in Montreal or Toronto area, I'm not sure. And then sometime in his teens, because of his parents, moved down to the States. And met some guy in high school, and they end up creating the Superman. But, okay, so what was the question about? Tell about your journey from this point. Well, as some people may know, I got into reading comics through Christian Archies, and then I watched, all the Super Friends stuff and all that as a kid too. I liked superheroes. And then when DC was I got into Archie superheroes, which DC put out for a while. And then I was going into the comic shop at a consistent point. And I got into Superman and Batman as Superman died and Batman got his back broken.
Man.
And at some point I decided there needed to be Christian superheroes. There was no Christian comic books out for Christian superheroes, so I'm going to create them. And I started creating them. I've got I do have pages of old names. Matt was on the book agenda with James Hudno. He was the artist on that. He is one of the artists. But
I'm
yeah,
working on modded right now, a book
yeah,
with narwhal
yeah.
and tungsten.
So yeah, what did I do after? I started creating my characters and ideas for them and all that. I think probably a lot more after DC than Marvel gave me probably a little bit more inspiration for whatever reason. Actually, I don't know when I created. Canadian Shield might not have been one of the first ones. I'm not sure. Evan says, "Is Matt force sensitive?" But I just started creating. I finally decided this was going to be one of my big 7 characters. I wanted 7 main characters. 7's a nice biblical number. Anyways, I should read some of this here. Hey, all! I'm thrilled to bring you the first character in my roster of characters that will be a part of Cross Comics. He's built like a brick house, given powers beyond those of mortal men. He is where the past, present, and future collide. He is the Canadian Shield. Short summary. My name is Rick, as most of you guys know. And my comic company of Cross Comics has been 30 years in the making. The launching of this project will hopefully not only fund this comic for printing, but also pay for other books to be drawn, as several more issues of the Canadian Shield have been written, as well as other characters. The Canadian Shield #1 is a 24-page color story of his origins. It deals with him getting his powers, learning to use them, and setting up for issue 2 and beyond for him to battle treats. I meant threats. I gotta correct that. That come at him as he is, and come at him as he is brought to. I have no idea what I was trying to say there. I gotta correct it though. At some point in the near future, like today. The goals. The goal is for the money will go to printing of the Canadian Shield #1, as well as shipping it. All shipping it, all covered in the cost as the tiers of shipping costs. So no extra money. What you see is what you pay. It it will also cover paying the colorist. There are perks where you get a figurine as well. One, I will hand deliver the book to you in person. And here's the impact in a dying industry. I bring comics back to where you can tell the good guys from the bad guys, and when you can bad guys. Back when the good guys know right from wrong. With Cross Comics, you will get the best of all ages of comics. Risks and challenges. Although I've been preparing to bring Cross Comics for the past 30 years, there is the risk that very few know of me, and things do not fund. One other challenge is that we are a Christian company and hold to that belief, and it will be reflected in the comics, although not pushed down one's throat. We love God first, people second, and comics third.
It's in good order.
What was that, Matt?
That's in good order.
And here's
Yes, you put
some of the
people before comics.
here's some of the pages and the inks. And we'll have some of the pages in colors. Here's one of the pages up there in color, done by Pope Raven.
Who did the colors?
Pope Raven.
Oh, nice.
And here, this is I should replace this. I thought I did. I guess I didn't save it. I thought I put in other ones for the, whatchamacallit, the figurine. I'll have to redo that. There's a few things I have to. I think Kevin says, Rick, I think Matt may be shredded. I heard he has an 8-pack. Model says, I look forward to Mrs. Dillard spending the Disney fund on the hand-delivered deer. Okay, and of course we do have those wonderful stretch goals. Some are high up there, but some are not quite so high up there. The $3,000 mark, everybody gets a bookmark. Oh, and we do have a contest going on right now too, people. Most of these people might know. Matt probably doesn't. Everybody can draw up the Canadian Shield in their image, and give them the powers and origins that they want. And they've got to the end of this month, and whoever will do a straw poll for whoever enters, and whoever wins, a trading card is going in with each of these packages for whoever wins. I'm going to make it up into a trading card with the picture on the front and the information on the back for origin and powers. So a 4,000 a 4x6 print, 5,000 a sticker, 6,000 a button, 7,000 a keychain, 8,000 a lapel pin, 9,000 11x17 print. Everybody gets these. 10,000 trading. Anybody who entered for the Canadian Shield version by the fans will all be made into trading cards, and everybody will get them all at 10,000. At 15,000, we got the Buckler Ash Can. 20,000 new trading cards for the Holy Warriors. I'll create a whole new set. Hey, Joshua, just going over the campaign. We are live. It's live, I tell you, alive. At 25,000, I'm going to do an 8-page backup story, which will be the origin of Toxico. So the book will go from 24 pages to 32 pages. At 30,000, we'll upgrade the paper. And 35,000, we'll upgrade the cover. 40,000, we got a patch. I'm not sure what we're getting for 45,000 yet. But at 50,000, everybody will get if I get to 50,000, everybody will get the Canadian Shield issue number 2 for free.
Good deal.
Any thoughts? Pardon?
Oh, good deal, I think.
What deal?
No, good.
Oh, good deal, yeah. Well, that's the thing. I've decided every 50,000, everybody's getting another free comic book. Like, I hit 100,000, everybody will get Snowdrift number 1 for free. Oh, wow, we got 2 backers. We're at $65, folks. Yay! 3% of our goal.
Cool. Thanks, peeps. That's people in the chat, right?
Yeah.
Nice. And
Well, I think I'm not sure. I'm not going to look at that online because I don't want to dox anyone.
Good thinking. So easy to do too. I'm always trying to make sure I don't do something like that. Cool. So someone got the ball wrong. We got two.
Yeah. So who was backer number one? Anybody got backer number one out there? Anybody got backer number one or backer number two? Out there in the chat. Right now, I think I have more than I did for the first campaign that I did on Kickstarter a couple years ago. So,
Oh, you did
we're
the
already
Kickstarter.
doing. What was that, Matt?
Oh, you did Kickstarter before, huh? I've never
Yeah.
done a Kickstarter.
Well, I did it quick. I threw it together quick. I didn't even go like 30 days because I had signed up for a bunch of whatchamacallit, cons, Comic Cons, and there was one just down here in Buffalo. I signed up for it. I wanted to get the book printed up at that point, and get down there and all that, but I didn't get the money to do it. So Elric says he DM'd me his version of the Canadian Shield. So okay. So we're gonna switch off of that for a minute. Let's just put it on me. Because if I go to us, well, actually, no. Laptop cam. Okay, there we go. I just don't want to do anything to. Okay, so let's. Here is Ulrich's. Yeah, I don't think he's put the powers and all that. Canadian Shield, Chad. He's really into manga and all that, so he's made a female Canadian Shield of manga anime style, which is looking good.
Nice. Who is this?
This is Elric.
Elric. Nice.
D loves all things. Says he is one of the backers. Cool. Thank you, D. Let's see. We got notifications. Is that John? Oh, John Delarose has retweeted me. Awesome. Cool. Oh, here he retweeted. He liked. No, he liked. Sorry. Okay, so let's get back to this. Let's see. So anything else people want to ask, say, whatever? Is there anybody waiting in the works? No, there is not.
So, let's see.
I should be drawing or something. I don't know.
Go to the site here. Let me see. Okay, I see.
And there is the link in the chat again for everybody. It will be in the description later on. Anybody want to know anything or whatever? This is the launch stream for this, so.
So did you already go through the tiers, the different perks? I mean,
Yeah.
in tiers. Double dealing, digital shield.
Let's see. Contents. Oh, we'll play this again. This is fun.
Who did this one?
I did. I created that little animation. Of course, let's see what else we got here.
Was there any sound to it? Because I couldn't hear anything. Or is it just because of streaming?
Yeah, it's the sound on YouTube. There's the sound.
Okay, sorry. Didn't mean to talk over
No
it.
problem. We're talking over another one. Advert.
I don't hear it on YouTube though.
Anybody else here? Okay,
Hey, Kyle the Crusader.
hey Kyle. Let's see. D loves all things us. What did you read as a kid? Who inspired the Canadian Shield? Well, I read Archie a lot. Like I said, I watched Super Friends and stuff like that. Spider-Man. And then I started creating, like I said earlier, when I started creating heroes, I ended up coming up with the name of the Canadian Shield from the landmass that's called Canadian Shield here in Canada. And, well, when I first created him, he was really different. He was like a big guy, not big in the way that he is now, more like chubby, fat. He was supposed to be a biker type guy going across the country. I don't know what powers I had for him. He was just going to be a rough, probably brawler type. Oh, well, we got Pixel. Hey, Pixel.
Hey, Pixel.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Good.
Good?
It's been a while.
Yeah.
Yeah. Saw you last night on Chester's Fanspeak, is it?
Yeah, I popped in for a little bit yesterday.
Yeah.
You should have come in, man.
Well, I didn't. Well, Dillard said he wanted me over there. I went over there. I said hello, and I said for Dillard for him to send me the link. I thought he was in touch with Dillard a different way than just on the stream. But I am going in. I'm coming on Wednesday.
Cool.
Coming on because Chester said about coming on Wednesday. So yeah.
Excellent. Yeah. What I'm doing right now is I'm talking to the guys. I think what we're going to try to do is coordinate the DNQFE for you for next week.
Okay.
I'll confirm the date just to be sure. I'm trying to get everything pulled together, but it's going to be a whole Canadian themed kind of episode, so that'll be fun.
Okay. Cool.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Yeah, so we'll see how it goes. I'm telling everybody they have to put it on their best or worst Canadian accent through the whole show. So we'll see.
Hi guys,
Oh no.
good day, eh? Oh, that's Australian.
Yeah. That's a little Canadian. I mean, a little Australian.
Australian. Is Pixel French? No, Pixel is not French. Pixel is from California.
Yeah, that's right, California, man.
Yeah, grew up in Central California, and I've been to France. It was cool, but definitely not French.
Probably a lot of French Canadian, right? There's a lot of Canadians. I mean, France. Well, not France, but I mean the language. Like I've been to parts of Canada where
like
they
Quebec
did
and stuff. Yeah,
where they just spoke only French, like the stayed at a hotel. You know.
That must have been Quebec, because Quebec's basically the only spot that you'll find that. Most people speak both languages here, and most people just speak English. If you're not in Quebec,
One guy, it was an older like couple who was running it in their old school. I guess.
nice.
It was cool to me though. I thought it was cool. I'm like, I feel like I'm in another country.
that should be interesting to hear Brewster trying to do a Canadian accent.
I think it sounded like you just did a Booster accent a little while ago.
He's from New Zealand.
He's a
Yeah.
He doesn't have an Aussie accent.
Oh man, if you call him an Aussie, he'll lose.
Oh yeah, that was a
No,
fighting.
I said he's
that's a
not
fighting
an
word.
Aussie. I said he's not an Aussie.
No, I know, but if you infer that he is, he'll
Yeah.
lose it.
I think it's not even just him, man. It's like, because I've done that mistake with New Zealanders and Australian. Man, it's funny. It's like they do have similar accents, but I mean, maybe they can tell the difference. Maybe kind of like Scottish and Irish. It's like a little more of there's similarities, but still different.
Yeah, there's a certain different twanginess.
Yeah.
That's
Because my friend's got a Scottish background. His grandmother's like really strong Scottish accent. So I kind of like started learning a little bit of the difference. Before I was like, I wasn't sure, and now I'm like, yeah, there's a difference. See, I do like this. Some of the accents I like Scottish accents, Irish, and New Zealand, Australian accents. Nice accents. In English, depending on from where.
Yeah. Have you ever been to Iceland?
No.
Oh man. So the Icelandic language is pretty awesome. it's really strange. It's very God, I don't know how to explain it. There's a certain tone to it when they speak it. It's very flourishy in how the words are pronounced, and it's pretty, I guess. It's really strange, but all the words and stuff, everything has way too many syllables and letters in them. It's like,
let me give a hi out there to Mr. Gary. He is in the chat, and I'm going to send him an invite.
Hey, Gary.
If he wants to come in.
Gary's got a fantastic campaign out there kicking butt right now too.
Oh yeah, Titan.
Yeah,
Titan's doing.
Everybody also hit that like button and share too.
Yeah, I'm actually going into IndieCron right now to activate your campaign tracker. So
yeah, I was just gonna ask. That was something I was gonna ask. Does it automatically go home?
No, it doesn't. I have to activate it because I didn't have the URL for the live page. So let me get that pulled in, and I will take care of that right now.
Yes, I have, Gary. I launched about half an hour, or about 50 minutes ago, 50 minutes ago. Here is the link in the chat again for those that need it.
Yeah, I just need to confirm I have your ID. I don't, so I need that real quick, and then you'll be set. It'll probably take it's usually about 10 minutes, depending on when I submit the information. I have the updater run on a timer, so every 10 minutes it goes to Indiegogo, pulls all the info for all the active campaigns.
Cool, cool. Very
And
cool.
sometimes I get lucky and I make an update and it's like a minute before the updater runs, and so you're live instantly. But this might take a little bit here. Save.
Oh, we got Humphrey Bear in the chat saying hi. Or hi to Gary. Well, I'll say hi to him too.
Well, hello, Humphrey Bear.
Humphrey Bear. I haven't heard that name.
I sent you a link, Gary, if you want to come in. You don't have to. No pressure. And Gary, if you're going live sometime today or tonight, would it be all right to come on, or is it too close to your launch? Yeah.
Hey, the drawn and quartered Ultimate Edition, do they follow the same type of subject matter that drawn and quartered does?
We used to. So
Okay.
back when it started, I actually started the show as a draw along with the Captain America thing, and then they did Rogue 1 week, and I was like, okay, I'm going to do my own shows to get some of the other artists together. And so Rogue was actually the first show that we did as an official DNQFE.
Oh, okay.
It kind of diverted after a while because after you watch 2 hours of professionals drawing a certain character, it's kind of hard to watch people that aren't pros do it. I mean, everybody that's come on the show has been fantastic, and I'm really thankful that we've had so many different people, but I wanted to make it a little more interesting, so we started doing like divergence type stuff. So they did Cable, so we did different versions of Cable, so like Strife or
Oh yeah.
and as the show progressed, we finally decided to kind of make it our own. And over the last 6 months or so, we started focusing on really small projects, indie creators, and things like Canadian Shield, High School of what, I can't remember the name of it now.
Well, not High School of the Dead. Is it? No.
I can't remember now. Yeah, it's Rob Muerto's project. Just things like that. We started Six Gun Gorilla, all the little smaller projects that need a little more attention. We started doing that. What we found though is because those guys are so obscure compared to some of the bigger names, we started losing a little bit of our traffic as well, and so we weren't getting quite as many people. So what we're doing now is kind of shifting to where we're doing more mainstream stuff a couple weeks out of the month, and then we'll put focus on a smaller creator and their campaign. In between all those, so we keep bringing more people in. We're going to try to get more artists in. I'd really like to grow the show more, and be able to really direct a lot more traffic to the people that we promote.
That's cool.
Yeah,
that's good because you're mixing it up. You're still promoting some indie guys, but at the same time, you're getting people in who aren't familiar with the show, but they are familiar with the characters.
Yeah.
Okay. D-Loves also says, Pixel, I'll buy you lunch on a day. I guess it's in close proximity to you. Alric was wondering what the noise was. That sounded like a vacuum cleaner or something. I think it was coming from Matt.
Yeah,
I think I heard it.
Mikey's vacuum.
Let me see. Let me see. I'll put mute. What do you say?
It might be.
It comes on for like 30 seconds or 15 seconds and goes away for a while.
Yeah, it's the fan on his computer, more than likely.
Okay. No, I do have a heater, going, like a fan heater. So that might be it. I'll turn it off.
Yeah.
Humphrey Bear is wondering whether I think the Pro Edition is canceled of Drawn and Quartered. I think it's still going on. It might have went on hiatus over the holidays, but
they've stopped like 1 or 2 episodes, and like last week they canceled it because Mike wasn't feeling good. But as far as I know, they're doing Studio Ghibli this week.
Yeah, we're doing Studio Ghibli. Yeah.
So that'll be fun. We're going to be doing D&D. Actually, this week's going to be really fun. I think we're doing D&D characters, and I think we're going to do a character generator. So the artists don't get to pick who they get to draw. They're going to have characters created for them. And then I need to talk to I need to talk to Chester about this, but what I want to do is take all those characters that are assigned to everybody and basically run like a 2-hour campaign. So they're kind of playing D&D while they're drawing, but instead of making them have to know all their spells and stuff, they can kind of just craft a story with it, and then Chester and Booster can worry about rolling and all the damage and all that kind of stuff. But kind of make it an interactive story thing. I think that'd be really fun to do.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah.
Mallet saying he posted the link in Doug Garrett's show. Which link? The link to here or the link to the Indiegogo?
Probably to the campaign, I would hope.
Yeah. Bullet says the Ultimate Edition is the new fan edition. Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. Arthur Brown, I think that's a cool idea. The other thing too is Chester does a show called Bugbear's Basement where they tend to do campaigns, and they are currently in the middle of, I can't remember which system they're playing right now. I would love for the winning character to make a cameo in that and just kind of tie the shows together. I think that would be really fun.
Oh, cool. Mallet says he's going to pull it up and look. Awesome. Thank you, Mallet, for sure. Yeah, let me take a look, see if anything's changed in the last 5 minutes or 10 minutes or whatever. I'm wanting to look every 5 seconds, although it's not changing as fast as I'd like.
It's all right. I'll get the broadcast out off the IndieCron channel here IndieCron feed as soon as the content updates, and then we'll see what we can do to push some people your way. And then, of course, you're going to be going on other shows. You should hit up a few people and see what's going on there. Yeah.
Yeah, I got to put out a thing. I'm live with my Indiegogo now. Can I get on your show and promote? D loves all things says you read comics and play D&D, and I'm guessing you guys play Warhammer too. I guess that would be Pixel.
So I actually don't really play D&D, and I don't play Warhammer. However, I work with a couple guys that are developing a game that is supposed to be kind of a replacement for Warhammer. Because a lot of players of Warhammer got really disenfranchised with Games Workshop after they made a bunch of changes, and then it just became really expensive for the hobby and everything. And so they want to have all these models that are basically kind of out of date and can't be played or something like that. And they're like, we want to be able to make a game that people can take their models from their old games and be able to use. So the way the system is set up is you can use whatever models you want as long as they match and kind of fit the theme for the army that you're creating. But it's a rule book, and you bring your own models to it. It's we took it to a game show back in May of last year. Had a really good response to it. We still need to get a bunch of artwork done for the book, but the rule set at least is a lot of fun. And we had a really good time doing all the demo games and such.
Oh, that's cool.
Evan says, relax and have fun, Rick. Model says, bunch of game nerds around here. Humphrey says, what do you play? I guess for whoever plays.
And I haven't touched my Xbox in forever. It's sitting right here. I've actually on my desk. I've got a monitor. Well, you've seen. I think I've posted pictures of my setup before, but I've got 3 monitors on my desk. I have one that's vertical, and I have a big 27 directly behind my laptop. That 27 is actually also hooked to my Xbox. So when I get kind of bored or I'm on lunch or something, I'll fire up my Xbox and play it. But I haven't been able to play much lately. I've been too damn busy.
Yeah, same here. I have a PlayStation 4, but I haven't used it. I've only used it for like watching like Netflix or DVDs or
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I mean, I just haven't had time. I like playing. Like I used to play Call of Duty a lot. Some friends online. We do the team deathmatch and stuff, and man, we got pretty good on it. We were having people rage quit on us and everything.
Yeah.
And it was fun, but then I started raging on some after a while playing those. Some people, man, like they had hackers.
Hello, Mr. Shipman or Gary.
Hello.
Hey, Gary.
Hi, Gary.
Hi, how are you guys doing?
Good, good.
Good. Yourself?
I'm doing well. I was getting some cinnamon toast when you sent me the
Ooh.
link, so sorry for the delay.
Cinnamon Toast
Oh,
Crunch
no
or Cinnamon
problem, Gary.
Toast?
No, just cinnamon toast, homemade.
Whoa,
Yeah,
that's the good stuff.
the good stuff.
Do you put like
Kodiak.
sugar on it, or is it just pre-mixed?
No, what I do is when my kids were young, I would make them cinnamon toast, and I would say that it was called Cinnasalt because I said the secret ingredient is you put just a little bit of salt on top as well, but I call it Cinnasalt, and we make jokes about like putting piles and piles of salt on it, but we never did that. But yeah, we put cinnamon like this. What I did today was cinnamon, just a little teeny sprinkle of salt, and then some honey on top of that. So that's what I use for sweetening. It's really good.
D loves all things. Says Gary, it's foggy. Where are you at? Your screen's all gray. I'm not sure whether you're doing that on purpose or not.
I wasn't. I was trying to. There's.
Okay, there's your thing now. Your
Sorry about that.
avatar. No problem. Kodiak says hi to you. Uncanny Kodiak and Alric. Say hi.
Well, hello.
It says, are we going to talk about the shield?
Yeah,
I've
that's
been
why we're
talking
here.
a little bit about him over this last little while. It's not going quite as fast as I'd like, but the build up. But I've gotten 2 sales so far, so better than nothing.
Did you just launch?
Yeah, I launched at noon.
Yeah.
Eastern
At
Standard
noon,
Time.
okay.
Just about an hour ago.
All right.
Canadian time.
I'm crunching my toast right now.
Shield versus
Sorry.
Humphrey Bear says Shield versus Titan. I think it wouldn't be a fair match.
In what
8
way?
foot tall versus what? 2 inches tall.
So you're
Oh.
saying
How tall is Titan?
probably 3 to 4 inches, maybe.
Okay.
I mean, he's not exactly the size of a mouse, but maybe he is. It's a fantasy world, So,
Yeah.
Rick, are you saying that you concede that Titan would win?
No. I'm saying Titan would lose.
Come on now.
Titan doesn't have any superpowers, right?
Yes, he does.
Oh,
Yeah,
he does?
he does.
What are they?
He has the power to win your heart.
That's the most powerful of all. Well,
But I can't see him and the Canadian Shield fighting. They're both good guys.
yeah, they probably play for the same team, right?
Yeah,
So that's
probably.
good.
Unless the Canadian Shield works for the Ryan Research Center, then you're in trouble.
That's the nemesis, huh?
Canadian Shield wouldn't even know who the Ryan Research Center is, or what it is.
Okay, good.
That'd be neat to do a Canadian Shield with Titan on his shoulder.
Yeah, that'd be a cool crossover.
Titan.
The Canadian Mike versus. Ooh, that's a nice
Now,
catchphrase for.
so what is Titan? Is Titan American? Even though it's a fantasy.
Titan is Pakinslandian.
Oh, Pakinslandian. Ah,
He's from the world of Pakinsland.
yeah, that universe, right?
Yeah. But he happens to be
Humphrey Bear says, "Draw it, just do it." Yeah. Oh, maybe I'll do that sometime this week. I'm not sure what else I'm doing this week for my show, so maybe I'll do a Canadian Shield and Titan. Although I thought of doing a different one for Titan. Titan with two other mouse heroes, Speedy Gonzalez and Mighty Mouse.
Reba.
It's like the Mouse Justice League.
Yeah, that's what
Bat Mouse, Flash Mouse, and Super Mouse.
that's what Mike Miller was saying, that he wants to see the whole like Mouse Justice League or something.
Yeah.
It's coming.
Well, that'd be neat to see.
Good.
Any ideas for names on the other ones? If you did a Titan one, Mouse, like a Super one or Flash one or whatever.
I haven't really thought about it. I don't know if it's going to go in that direction at all, but it could. You know, you never know. We're at the beginning right now, so we're just trying to get kind of the tone and what he's all about right now into a book.
Cool.
This is the hardest part. You know, you're doing it too.
Yeah. Well, you're just starting the Titan universe, or when did you come up with Titan? Is
Well,
he a recent creation, or?
I came up with the name Titan just maybe last year, you know. But I've always had an idea, like probably for 25 years or so, to do a book called Mouse of Might.
Oh, okay.
But I didn't have the details worked out until recently. It's coming together, like just tons of stuff coming together. So it's been pretty cool.
Yeah, I know what you mean. You know, I've been working on my universe for 30 years plus, so. And finally, the first book has, launched again. I tried it on Kickstarter a couple years ago, and, didn't go so good. But then again, I went for like, this was before all this started up, this community, so.
Yeah.
Probably just before this community started up, actually.
Yeah, I tried.
I didn't know it.
I relaunched Packins Land on Kickstarter, and it didn't do nearly as well as it did on Indiegogo. And I don't know if that's because I don't even know why. I have no idea. But I think that Kickstarter is still a place that we need to explore, you know?
Yeah. John Dillon says, I'm back. Okay. Last time I checked, we were still at 65. 2 sales.
Yeah, I've never ran a Kickstarter for Indiegogo, but I was part of a Kickstarter, and we got 2 of them, and at least the book I worked on was, and I did the art, and someone else ran it, but we did good on those. And yeah, it's funny. Some people prefer one platform over the other, so I guess you can't totally make one.
Yeah, I just went with Kickstarter. I went the first time just because it's what I knew or knew of more. This time I went because a lot more of our community has it on Indiegogo. So, and last time I did it for less than 30 days. It was, at the time, it was trying to get some money to go to a Comic-Con and print up some books that I'd have to when I was there. But, and John said, sounds like a ripoff of my OC, City Mouse and Country Mouse's Super Friends. John always trying to say everybody's ripping him off while he's ripping other people off. Ulrich says, laugh out loud. I mean, can Mickey Mouse stop them? I guess he said, Ulrich asked, can Mickey Mouse stop the Mouse League? The League of Mouses?
So what would Mickey Mouse be, like Lex Luthor?
Yeah. Yeah, I guess so.
He doesn't have any hair.
That's right, he's bald.
Yeah, he's got the start. He's got that maniacal laugh. I don't know if Luther has that laugh, but... and he is the mastermind
Oh, we
of
got-
Disney.
Commodore's in the chat saying hello, hello. John says, "Oh look, it's Mr. Don't Super Chat Me Shipment." Do you not want people to super chat you, Gary?
Well, I mean, I don't mind it, but it doesn't seem to do any good because I don't get the money. So it's, I mean, if somebody wanted to support me, I would get it quicker, either by someone backing like the Titan campaign or even my Patreon. Then I get that.
Yeah.
I see the result of it. But I've been monetized with YouTube for, boy, maybe coming up on a year, and I haven't seen any of the money like that has I've accrued. Like it shows like a figure, but they aren't sending it to me. So
Do they have
Well,
a?
maybe you have to do something. Maybe you have to do something to cash out, as they say.
yeah, I have
But
no
then again, if you're only getting like a $2 super chat a month, you know, and 2%, you only get what 66, 2/3 of that. So maybe
Well,
it's not enough for them to send it.
it could be. Maybe it's like $1,000 or something like it. Well, you have to make $1,000 first.
I know Google AdWords requires you to make at least $100 before you can cash out.
Uh,
Well, I've made more than that.
Yeah.
And that's actually money that's my portion.
Right.
So they've already pulled their amount out.
I would look a little bit further into it and just make sure you have all your financial information already put into the system and it's all ready to go. There may be just a button you need to click to confirm something, and then they'll pay you out possibly.
Quitting saying you don't have to cash out. I don't know. I'm not monetized. I haven't got super chats yet, so it's hard to say, you know, what I'm gonna do. So I have no idea. I'm only guessing, you know, because I have a Patreon as well, and you know, I know you have to click that to you know, get it to come out. So
Yeah.
every month or whenever you want it, once you've got money in it.
Oh, really? You have mine just comes automatic.
I think I'm supposed to have that, but it doesn't seem to do it. So it's not matter. I've got like 3 patrons at the moment.
yeah,
Me
I was
too.
gonna sign up for that, but then they changed the rules. Like they made it so they take a bigger cut, I think now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like if you started it earlier, you're grandfathered in, I think. To that old.
Yeah, I killed my Patreon a few months back, and then when they were giving everybody, hey, reactivate now, otherwise you'll have the new fee schedule, and I didn't do it. And then just recently, I'm like, okay, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and set up a new one, and yeah, but it's okay. I don't have any
They don't seem to be taking too much money, at least as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, I actually set up a PayPal too. I've got one person backing my PayPal for IndieCrom. That's pretty much it. That's so sad.
They can do that.
Yeah. There's a PayPal subscriptions that you can set up as well. I don't know if that's for normal users. I actually have a business account.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I had a PayPal tip, like a tip jar thing.
Yeah.
Sometimes people would do it. I think the issue is that people want to see, like when you're doing like a live stream, it would be great if somebody could develop this so that anybody, and they like StreamYards has it to where you can get super chats and it's indirect from it's kind of like a roundabout way, but you actually get them. So if you use StreamYards, which I love StreamYards, their software is just easy. It's great. And it'll even show up on the screen. Like if somebody gives you a super chat, maybe I should go and set this up again. Because I remember I had it when I was using a MacBook to stream and it wouldn't work on there. But then since then, I've actually gone over to a PC now, and I could use StreamYards again. So I'm thinking maybe I should set that up again, because I loved it. It was great. You could set up to where you'd be notified on the screen, like somebody subscribed to your channel, or someone sent you a super chat, like a mock super chat. But I mean, it's real, but it's not an actual super chat. It was pretty cool. So maybe I'll look into that. And I'm not really liking this whole duck stream thing. There's a lot of it's very simple to work with, but the quality of the video, I notice once you start streaming, like it looks good, like in what is this called? StreamYards.
StreamYard?
Yeah.
Well, I would say, I'm sorry, Streamlabs. Streamlabs is the one I like.
Oh, Streamlabs. Okay.
Forgive my confusion. StreamYards, which is what we're on now, if you start streaming your like video, like you're going to be drawing and you want it to have that high quality, it looks good right here in the software, but once it goes to YouTube, it degrades and it gets blurry. I don't like that. But in Streamlabs, maybe it does the same thing. I don't know. It's been a long time. But Streamlabs was the one that will like put notifications. You can set up an account to where people can give you super chats, even if you don't have a lot of subscribers. And in the early on, I was doing that and people were using it. It was awesome. I don't know. And the only reason why I stopped is because of it didn't work so well on a Mac.
Yeah. I like the Streamlabs is hard. I mean, Yard. Go ahead, sorry.
I was wondering what my perks are, or perks I decided on. Again, so focus on me at the moment. This right. Okay. Okay, so we have the featured perk, which is $40. Called it double dealing. You can get both covers for $40, both signed. Digital, which is $5. PDF of the number one. $20 for unsigned. And you get to choose your cover, either mine or John's cover. $25 for a signed one, and again, you get to choose either mine or John's. Then $80 for both covers signed and a sketch on 18 by 12. What's the cold press, 140 pounds. Watercolor paper. $125 for both covers plus the page of art. That's limited to 10. And then $300 for both covers, signed, and a figurine statue thing of the Canadian Shield. And all these prices include shipping. And then $1,500 for you get both covers signed, 12 by 18 sketch, original page of art from the book, and figurine of the Canadian Shield. And it's all hand delivered to you. I will fly or bus my way to you and hand deliver it to your door. I thought that'd be a neat perk, and that's limited to 10. Yeah.
Wow.
It's an expensive perk. I don't expect a lot of people, if any, to get it, but you know.
Yeah.
What? But I can put it out there. Worst thing that happens is nobody claims it, right?
Or you get someone from Siberia.
Well, I've limited it to Canada and the States.
That would have been interesting, though. Get somewhere out in the Amazon jungle.
Yeah, I thought about leaving it anywhere in the world, but I did look into airfares and stuff like that.
You include that into the price. If they're willing to pay for your airfare in a hotel stay, you could deliver out in the,
Yeah.
some country, that'd be a nice video.
Well, that price there basically covers my airfare anywhere in Canada or the States, and possibly staying overnight or two at anywhere. And we are still at 2 backers of $65. Let's see what we got. Yeah, Hawaii. I got a guy just George doing it. I'll show you guys the figure here. I've got a rotation of it.
Oh yeah, George Gotsis, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
George does some pretty cool work.
that is cool.
So Rick, the whole book is done.
John Dillert's helping me out a little bit, going over my inks, doing some blacks. He's on the last page, and it's got to be colored still, which it's in the middle being colored, which should be done before the end of the campaign. And I'm gonna letter it.
Are you coloring it as well?
No, Pope Ravenus.
Oh, really? Okay, cool.
And the campaign will help, of course. John says, "I will hand deliver for 2,000, but only to people who live in vacation destination cities." Kodiak says, "Rick is doing layouts and John is finishing." I guess that's a way of putting it down.
Layouts of the drawings.
The book, yeah, like
Okay.
Here, let me. Overhead. Like, here's my stuff, and John's gone over it, tweaked it a little bit or whatever. If it needed tweaking.
And if anybody's going to tweak something, I think John is the one to do it.
So, I don't need to go through all the pages, you guys.
Spoiler.
Get. Well, you know what? I drew every single page online. Well, people were watching, so. Plus, I've had another digital version out to buy for years. So on my website, which actually Matt has, I might actually have to give him a digital version for free. I said I'd give anybody with the old digital version the new one for free.
All right.
Why make them pay for something? Just because I think. But hopefully he'll buy the actual book when he's got the money.
Yeah, I got the original digital copy though.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gary, I met Rick. I met him at a convention, Buffalo Mega Convention in California.
Oh, really?
And yeah, and he traveled all the way. It was for a 1-day convention, and I was like, whoa. Yeah, it's a Christian comic convention.
Oh, is that the one in San Diego?
It's not San Diego. It's
Los Angeles.
Yeah.
Is that
Los
by
Angeles,
Ralph? Does Ralph Miley put that one on?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Except,
know Ralph.
yeah, he's cool. He's not like the. I think someone else took it over for him.
Yeah.
At least for now. But yeah, he was there. I went there last year, and he was there, and yeah, it was nice. We got a new area, a new location, and it seems a little bigger too.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah. Yeah, I went there a few years ago for the Comic-Con It was cheap to get in, expensive to get there.
Yeah, yeah. For you, I mean, how long of a trip was that? That was like a
3
few
days.
days, right? Wow.
Yeah, 3 days there, 3 days back.
Yeah, we're all impressed. We're like, oh my gosh, 3 days. That's dedication there.
Sure is.
Yeah, San
Yeah,
Diego.
well,
You should come out to San Diego convention whenever you get a chance to for San Diego Comic Fest, Rick, and anyone else. Yeah, it's just
oh, I'd love to. It'd be getting the money for a table there or whatever.
yeah. I mean, it's not getting the money for tables. Not too bad. It's just probably expensive, like traveling out here and the accommodations and all that. But no, it's in a hotel too right now. They have it. So
I'm sure I could find somebody down there that I could stay with while I was in San Diego.
yeah, that's true. It's a nice one. It's a nice show. It's smaller. It's created by the guys who created San Diego Comic Con, and they're putting it on. And they wanted something small and intimate. And they have a lot of big names coming though. They have like Kevin Eastman and Stan Sakai and different guys showing up. They have some Disney artists coming this year.
Yeah.
It's gonna be in March.
The biggest thing is, like you said, travel. Although
Yeah.
once you know whether you got somewhere to stay, half decent. Because I stayed at a hostel, a paid hostel, when I was in LA, and it was nice and all that, but there was idiots in there. I snore and I snore loud.
Oh, dude, LA, yeah. No, there's a lot of
And these guys don't get that you can't stop yourself from snoring.
uh
So they
oh.
wake me up to tell me I'm snoring. Yeah, good. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, we shared a hotel
What do you
room
want me to
with
do
someone.
now?
We shared a hotel with someone who snored. It was if you didn't get to sleep before he did, you probably wouldn't get to sleep. It was pretty
But
strong there.
the thing is, it's a dorm room, and it's got like 20 other guys in there at least. So if
Yeah,
you're not expecting
you get what you pay
somebody,
for.
at least one person to snore,
Yeah, I've been
yeah.
in
And
a
the guy
room
said,
full
"I'm
of
not paying I'm not paying to hear you snore or something like that." And I'm
You're
like,
like, well, I'm not
"I'm not
charging you.
paying to get woken up by you either." So
Yeah, I'm not charging
guess
you,
we're
so it's all for free. That's funny.
Rick, you are aware there's another Canadian Shield comic from 1995? No, I don't think so. But I do have a copyright for the Canadian Shield. So
Protected. You got shielded from lawsuits.
uh,
That's the pain is always checking out. I'm always checking for names and things to make sure I can copyright something and yeah, it's not easy.
well, and I've had my character since probably
Even longer than 95.
95. That sounds right around the time I created the Canadian Shield.
Well, even before it, right?
Or maybe I might have created him in the 80s. I'm not sure.
Yeah,
Either
it's 30
early
years.
90s or. I think I created him early 90s, maybe late 80s. Mallet says he has the right to the Shield Mobile. Okay, you can have a Shield Mobile.
The Shield
My
Mobile.
Shield flies.
Maple Mobile.
Okay, I just broadcast the campaign.
And the great thing. Pardon?
Pixie.
Oh, I said I just broadcast the campaign link on IndieCron, so you'll be seeing that shortly.
Cool. Let's see. Kodiak says, "I'll go and stay with Art Caber." Well, I guess. I was joking, but wasn't joking. Matt's already once upon a time, I think, said that he'd put me up for a night or two if I came that way.
Yeah. It's funny. People were fighting over letting you stay at their place. I remember. Like, no, we stay
Yeah,
over.
you and John.
Well, I'm planning on moving out to another place, so get some more room.
Well, and the great thing is here in Canada for copyright, upon creation, something's automatically copyrighted. So, I guess the real hard part is in more establishing when you created something.
Plus, you have a body of work to show, right? Drawings and
Yeah.
previous comics and everything.
Oh, hello, Matthew D. Rees. Here is the link for those in the chat who have yet to get it. Yeah, so this is going good. We're 14 people in. So are you going to be live today at any time, Gary?
Yeah, I'm actually getting, right now I'm working out, reworking a storyline for Titan. And then once I get it kind of locked down, I was going to do a stream.
Cool. I was going to see whenever you're live today, whether I might be able to come on your channel.
Sure.
Oh, are you going to be on Drawn and Quarter too, Gary?
Is that
Tomorrow?
today? Oh,
Tomorrow?
Last week, they canceled last week.
Yeah. Yeah, Mike was
and-
feeling under the weather, I guess.
Yeah, he wasn't feeling good, I guess. So I'm not even sure what the subject is this week,
I know.
but
It's Studio Ghibli.
yeah, and I basically always turn the subject into Titan.
I know.
So,
Hey, you could do
yeah,
Studio Ghibli Titan version. There you go. Something.
right.
There's a lot of animal characters in Studio Ghibli.
Cody says he just created a character. Want to hear? Sure, we'll put it out there. What did you create, Kodiak? Matthew said, "I wanted to stop in and wish you all the best of luck." Thank you, Matthew.
Hey, Matthew.
And everybody, make sure you're hitting that like button and sharing this out. Bring more people in. Let's see whether we've got any updates on the Canadian Shield. Yeah, and then one reason I built my shipping right into my prices. We got 3 backers. Yay!
Woo!
We are up to $70. So somebody got the digital version. Cool.
Nice. Yeah, I'll probably
Kodiak
be.
says, I call him. Wait for it.
Wait for it.
The windshield, arch nemesis to the Canadian buckler. Okay, interesting, Kodiak. Why is he called windshield? Oh, windshield.
Windshield.
Smack! Yeah, got hit by the wind. You smacked the windshield again.
Thankfully, the Canadian buckler brought his windbreaker.
Oh yeah. Members only.
Howard says Canadian Shield Chan can fight him. Kodiak. Well, there's a windshield mobile too.
Windshield mobile.
It's just a giant piece of glass.
Damn you, Kodiak!
The safe light truck, yes.
It's a satellite truck. Yeah, but I think it's a good thing to have your shipping cost built into your tiers myself, because they take it out of your thing anyways. They put it towards your backing anyways, right? If you figure how much you need to, pay everybody and
I think they do.
pay everybody and all that, well, suddenly that's messed. Your whole budget's messed up when they put your shipping in with it. So,
So hey Rick, I'm gonna have to get going, but I just wanted to say congrats on the launch, and I'll
thank
share
you.
it on my Twitter. And,
Okay, thank you very much.
and I'll see you guys. I'm gonna be on Drawn and Quartered tomorrow, so if anyone wants to stop by, maybe.
Okay.
I'll see you guys later.
Sounds
See you
good,
later,
man.
man.
Happy birthday again, man.
Oh yeah, thanks. Yeah, Miyazaki's birthday too.
Yeah, it's
Same
awesome.
day. So what a coincidence. So I'll see you guys later.
See ya.
Do love all things says there's too many Canadian characters for this Canadian stream. And Malik saying, Gary, what does Titan drive?
He drives a hard bargain.
Well,
And
seeing
he
as how he's
drives-
a mouse,
He drives villains crazy.
There you go.
seeing as how he's a mouse, I can't see him driving anything that any normal human would drive.
Motorcycle, like Ralph the Mouse. But he has to make the sounds with his mouth, right?
Yeah, he puts a little card in the spokes.
That campaign's doing really good, Gary. I see you're at 48 already, 4,800.
Yeah, I'm very happy.
Let's see. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, thanks. It's a lot of work, and trying to, like, this whole group of people that are like Rick, myself, Mike, and even all the way up to the big guys. They're making a good go of it, but this really is a hard line of work to be in, especially to make it profitable. So anybody out there who wants to see people be creative, if you're on the fence for supporting people, I would say do it. Like, because Rick's putting, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work to put these things together. It's quite difficult at times, and you have to spend virtually your lifetime. I've spent my whole life drawing. You have to basically spend your whole life and devote it to this form, this art, this form of expression, and a lot of times things aren't profitable, and so any help that you can give, I would just say, please do. Like, because Rick's been at this for quite a long time, and so I would say, get out there, back it, and if you can't back it, at least share it out with social media, start a conversation with people about it, because I think for all of us that are doing this kind of stuff, the more we do it, the better we get. And so everybody's on a growing and a learning process. So you're getting in on this level, but every time we do more, we get better and better. At least that's my hope and my prayer. I believe it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, even Rick here, I've seen such an improvement in your work, man, in the past year. From the the point when you joined the D&Q guys the first time to where you are now.
Yeah.
It's been nice. It's been great to see the growth. I'm actually jealous
Yeah.
of a lot of people because I haven't been given the time to really focus on the art and stuff. I've had to work more on my day job and family related stuff, which I don't regret, but I definitely miss having free time to be able to draw and do the stuff I really want to do, because I've still got my website set up to launch my cards. They didn't make it in Indiegogo, but I was still going to offer the metal cards through my website. And I've got 3 or 4 cards I want to finish still. I haven't had any time to be able to do that, which is unfortunate. But eventually, when the time is right, I'll eventually be able to do it.
Yeah.
Okay, Matthew says he's got to go, so bye, Matthew. Have a great day. Vayos con Dios. God be with you too.
Hasta luego.
Yeah.
It's funny, you're talking about payouts
Yeah.
for like ads and super chats and whatnot. I've had AdSense on IndieCron for almost a year, and I've made $17, but Google won't pay out until I hit 100. So the way I'm looking at it right now, it'll probably be about 8 years before I get paid out by Google.
Yeah.
Thinking something. I forget what now. Oh, I know. Depending on yeah, I've been getting better, and thanks for saying that. So the thing is, if I get things where I want, I might not be drawing as much anymore because I'll be overseeing all my books. Having 7 different artists or 8 different artists, each doing a different book and all that. I won't have time to do the drawing for the books because I have to oversee them all.
The one thing I would suggest is just take it slow. Don't overextend yourself. But yeah, growth is always going to be a hard point. You get to a place where you want to be able to grow further, but without investment of time and money into it, and without giving up some control, you can't get bigger. And it's a stroke, even for established people that have had multiple companies and do all kinds of stuff. It's very difficult for some people to grow. So just be patient with it, and I think you'll do fine.
Oh yeah, of course. I've had to be patient this long. What's a little longer, right?
Right, exactly.
I know, like, if I make, say, 5,000, I'm paying for the next book to be drawn up by somebody else, a better artist than me.
Yeah. Yep. Absolutely. So the whole story takes place in Canada, I assume, since he's Canadian?
Yeah.
Okay. Is there a specific city?
Well, not so much. The Canadian Shield is a Native American who lived back in the early 18th, or a secret identity. Man Like Cougar is a Native American who lived back in the early 1800s.
Okay. He's
transported through time to our present day. But, you don't want to put him in the middle of a city,
Yeah.
He's from my area in the 1800s. So you don't want to put him in the middle of modern day Hamilton because, that would just freak him out too much.
Sure.
He's already been transported through time, But so I transported him up into the middle of northern Ontario, in the middle of nowhere.
Okay.
And the suit that gives him powers is actually from the future. That's created in a secret laboratory of the Canadian government, sort of like my Department H from Marvel. I'm not sure whether you know what Department H is in Marvel.
Yeah.
The guys that run Alpha Flight and all that.
Yeah.
So, although there's no superhero creation there, they're just creating this. Well, I guess there is. They're creating the suit to do the stuff it does, and God takes it from the future and brings it to our present time, and puts it right where Manly Cougar is. An angel appears, tells him to put it on, and go south. So then he's got to learn the powers and all that.
Okay, yeah.
Unfortunately, it's more of an origin issue. It's not the most exciting one, but it leads into number 2, number 3, where he starts to face villains.
Sure, makes sense. Cool. It sounds fun. So you've got your settings and stuff. Now you have a ton of characters in your universe here. How many is he going to interact with initially?
Eventually, the 7 major characters that I have, they're going to form a team, so he'll interact with them, obviously. But he'll be interacting with a bunch of the villains.
Sure.
Like the first villain he faces is a guy named Toxico in number 2. Next one is Absorb, which is sort of like Parasite, but he just absorbs energy, not so much powers from people.
Gotcha. Okay.
And I never thought of Parasite. I didn't even know about Parasite when I created Absorb.
Sure, yeah.
Probably Rogue was more of a character than I had thought of at the time. But maybe not even Rogue. I don't know. I just thought of an energy absorbing character.
Sure. And there have been plenty of characters like that. I mean, it's not just 1 or 2. So it's one of those powers where, like, what's his name? Cell, I think, from Dragon Ball even does the same thing, except for he eats people, I guess, or something, and then absorbs them and gets their powers. So that's not anything you have to worry about, I don't think. But that's cool. Yeah, the world building.
Hurrick says,
go ahead.
What was that?
I was going to say the world building is going to be key for your characters. It's one thing to have the characters, but to actually build the world that they interact in and make it believable and be able to tie your reader into that world so they kind of believe it and think it's cool and everything. That's where you really need to you really got to focus some of your attention.
And I have like the first 8 issues of the Canadian Shield written. So
okay.
And it takes a year and a half worth of comics, if you will, for him to travel from, like, 18 issues, for him to travel from where he's dropped off in the middle of nowhere back to Hamilton.
Okay.
So yeah, he comes sort of round trip, but so then he ends up becoming the protector of Hamilton.
I see. You said 18?
Yeah, 18 issues.
Wow. That's a long arc.
Well, there's going to be stuff happening along the way, but I wanted to make it slow. Yeah, you'd probably be introduced to a lot of stuff before then, but
Sure.
I didn't. This way, I'm introducing characters that will end up becoming part of his supporting cast.
Gotcha. Okay. Are you working with an editor at all, or are you doing all this on your own?
I'm doing it all on my own. I'll probably need more of an editor for grammar and spelling because I know where I want the story to go, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Or I know the characters. I know the characters better than anybody at this point.
Right. Yeah.
It's not. Unfortunately, it's not like Superman, who's been out 30 years and everybody knows enough about him that they can do something.
Yeah.
Nighthawk thing. Where's Gary? Right here.
Yeah. Gary's quiet. He's drawing.
I'm sorry. I'm drawing. I'm drawing right now.
No problem, Gary.
Get my page done today.
Yeah. So that ends up doing a little bit of world building for that character. But my other characters, they're already in the towns that they're supposed to be in, or they are by the end of the first issue.
Okay. Cool. Yeah.
Like my character Snowjeff, she's in Edmonton, I think. Alberta. I think it's Edmonton, Alberta. She's in.
That's cool. It's kind of funny. When you were talking about having certain heroes in certain cities and things, there's a story I've been working on about a kid. Well, I say kid, but really he's like 20, 21. He winds up with superpowers, but he doesn't get them initially. The place where he works is destroyed by a couple, like a superhero and a villain fighting each other. And while he's standing around trying to clean up the rubble, a cleanup crew comes into the area to clean up the mess, and they give him a card, and he winds up joining their team. And through working with them, he's exposed to powers and stuff, and he winds up getting his superpowers. And the whole premise is that in different cities throughout the world, really, but I was going to focus on the United States initially. Every city has their own team of heroes and villains, and it's kind of like a league situation. So you've got the big guys that are in like, you know, San Francisco and LA, New York, Chicago. Those are like the A game guys. And then you've got like Z-listers and stuff that just destroy stuff, don't know how to control their powers, constantly make messes and all that. And they work in cities like Fresno and like and stuff. And so you have this dynamic where it's all like kind of working up to being able to get into the big leagues and such. But yeah, that was one of those things I've been talking to a few people about, and it's on the back burner for now, but it's something I would like to tell eventually. And yeah, Model 316 is giving me crap about Critical Snail.
Asking you about when the Critical Snail game's coming.
Yeah, so Critical Snail will probably happen before I do anything else. Aside from the game that I'm working on with my buddies, because we've already published the first version of that. We're getting artwork, and I'm mostly doing art direction. I'm not doing so much art on it. Hopefully, man, there's so much stuff going on right now. I don't know if I'm going to even be able to work on the book and stuff this year. I've got a few things in my personal life that just came up, which was good, but kind of going to be a time consumer for sure. So I've got to really balance things out. So we'll see.
And I am good, Nighthawk Warrior. Nighthawk Warrior is just asking how I am. Just doing my launch stream, trying to build that money.
Oh yeah.
3 sales at the moment. Let's see. Let's do another. Hopefully, when everybody gets home from work, things will go up a bit. Because I think that's my big problem right now today. Everybody's at work or whatever, going to work. Nighthawk Warriors, wondering what page you're working on, Gary?
I'm working on a rework of page. I think this is going to be a new page 7. So my old page 7 will become page 8. So it's going to kind of fit in there. It's going to push. I'm just going to round out the story a little bit better.
Makes sense. Sounds good for sure. He was guessing 13 or 14, but you've gone back a little, so to make the story better.
It'll push my page 12 to page 13. So it's the 13th page I'm working on. It's just not in that sequence.
Yeah. Working out of numerical order.
Yeah.
And he goes, okay. Any idea what time you're going on today, Gary?
Well, I just got to get maybe one more panel roughed out here, and then I'll probably go then. Might have to go pick up my wife. I got a little bit of time.
Okay, well, it's coming up on 2. I wasn't gonna end so early, but we do have 16 people in here watching, but nobody's talking, and things. Well, we're talking a little chatter going on in the, and it doesn't seem like Canadian Shield's going up too fast. That's all.
Yeah, I'll just keep bringing it up, and I'm sure the FanSpeak crew will be happy to bring you on, and we'll promote the book some more too as well, and try to get you some
Yeah.
numbers here.
Well, Chester was saying last night about coming on Wednesday, so
Yeah, right on. Humphrey Bear
and of
suggests.
course I'm going to be having my auction on Thursday too.
Cool. Okay.
I've got an auction that I do too, for the lower guys. Usually it's just at the moment me, Avery, and sometimes Andrew. They both were on Hero. HERO, the furry hero.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, definitely reach out to other people that have shows and stuff and see if you can get on. And
Yeah, I'm gonna.
I'll
Once I stop here, I'm gonna do a whole thing, go through all my groups on Facebook that I'm on, or most of them, and put a link in. Hey, I'm live on my Indiegogo. Go check it out. And then, of course, it's going through my Twitter thing. My people that hopefully will have me on. And then it's organizing it all. Let's see. John said, I worked out of order too. Me and Gary are like friends, right, Gary?
Yes. We are alike, very much.
D loves all things, aka Furry Campaign, aka Misfit Corner Comics. Okay, so yeah, I've been going just over, way over 2, well, not way over, but 2.5 hours. Think I will end for now. Hopefully I'll be on with Gary in half an hour or something like that. Gives me enough time to eat something. Whenever hopefully Gary comes on. Rick, go on every channel every day is what I would tell you if you ever listen to me. Hey, if anybody will have me on, I'll be on.
All right, guys, I'm gonna bounce out of here too. I need to go grab something to eat.
All right,
Okay,
Pixel, good to talk to you.
before you leave? Want to promote yourself first, Pixel?
Sure. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
So you can find me online, twitter.com/pixeltrader. I also work on a website called indiecron.com, which promotes wonderful indie creators such as yourself and many other campaigns out there. So maybe hit up the site, see if you find something you like, and consider supporting it. I also have donations and various ways to support the development of the site. There's a link at the top of the site that says, I think, support us or something like that. I don't remember what it is now off the top of my head. But if you like what IndieCron does, consider supporting the site. And yes,
yeah, he has a YouTube channel, Nighthawk. Just click the 3 dots beside the thing.
Yeah.
And Gary, you want to promote?
Pixel Trader. It's nothing major, but I don't hardly ever post anything. I'm working on a unboxing for Earthbound right now. I'm not sure if I'm going to do it yet. I got to see.
You want to promote, Gary?
Sure. You guys can find me on YouTube, Mr. G Ship, or if that's too complicated, you could type Gary Shipman Artist Pro. Just kidding. You also can go check out Titan Mouse of Might on Indiegogo. Yeah, that's it. I'm also on Twitter and Facebook and all that, Instagram. just type my name, Gary Shipman. And thanks for having me on, Rick. Congratulations
Oh, no
on
problem.
the launch.
Yes, thank you. And yeah, thank everybody for coming by for this launch. Go check it out. The link will be in the description momentarily after I get offline. And please support. And if you can't buy, share it out. Share every day. Share with your friends and enemies alike. So bye for now. God bless. We'll see you all later.
Bye.